enjoyed this week's episode, and please like this video, share with your friends and dock mates, and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us get more viewers like you.
All right. So now I'm going to move on to the strappage. All right, so the strap is going to go across the tank like that, like we've talked about. But I ran into a problem. Boing! An existing bolt. I'm going to reuse that original bolt and then add a new bolt right next to it. So that's okay. I wish I would have caught that sooner. The forward part won't be a problem, but this aft one will. That's all right. All right, a bit of a bummer with this strap. So I'm trying to go do a hole through that thick material. So I was like, oh, how do we make holes? I'll just drill it out. No, when you drill it out, it just basically catches on the fine mesh threads here and then just pulls. You can even see that like long dotted line there. It just pulled that thread all the way up, and it was not, drill doesn't work. And then I was like, okay, well, I have my my hot knife here, but you know that is not going to make a hole. That's for a cutter. So I was like, oh, well, I'll heat up a drill bit with my knife, heat up the drill bit, and then poke it through. No, it didn't get hot enough. So I ordered a soldering iron. I needed a soldering iron anyways. Those are always going to be good to have on a boat, because when you're out and about and a piece of electronic breaks, because of the motion and like corrosion, like things that need to be soldered tend to unsolder themselves. And when I was out cruising all those many years ago, that was something we had to do more than a few times, is pop open the equipment, the little wire inside popped off the soldering joint, and you had to solder it back on. So anyway, yeah, it'll be all right. So I ordered a solder. All right, so this thing is amazing. It's just USB-C powered here. There's also I think it's a 0.5 millimeter like barrel style plug too. You can set the temperature very accurately with this little screen on it and these two buttons. It's so advanced, I'm never gonna probably use all of that it can do, but it's incredible. So lots of good reviews and lots of good people suggest this thing if you want a really advanced soldering iron for like electronics and stuff, and delicate electronics that have a specification for how you need to solder at which temperature. But for us, we're just gonna poke some holes in plastic here. We went all the way through. Look at that nice hole. Man, that works so good. This bolt is the original bolt that I'm going to repurpose and reuse and dual purpose it for the strap, and it holds the floor together. So this one's a little bit bigger than the hardware we're actually going to use, so I will have to hog out the hole a little bit, I think, but let's give it a test. Oh, that should work, maybe. It's a little tight. I'm gonna hog it out. All right, you guys. So I was able to get the hole basically formed with the fancy soldering iron, and then as I was like, you know what? There's got to be melted plastic on the inside of that hole. So that melted plastic probably could stand up to a drill. So I just got the drill bit size that I needed. And sure enough, it drilled that out really, really nicely. And now our bolt goes in perfectly. So the drill won't go through, it'll bind up on these fibers, but once the fibers are melted into like a plastic melted like fortress, this will go into it no problem. All right, so got the strap halfway bolted in with original hardware in the original location. Now I need to figure out where to put the bolt over here. So this is a 2-inch strap. I could measure and sight it and hope my measurements are as good as I think they are, but my math is not very good, so I don't want to do that. So I came up with a different plan. Basically just created another hole in the strap where I want it. Then I will, position this so it's basically straight. So maybe this edge parallel with this wood. And then I'll come up under here with my drill and then just go up through here, through the wood, and then that'll give me my hole. All right, let's make sure that lines up. Generally how we want it. That'll do, pig, that'll do. Now I want to countersink it. Good. A little too deep of a countersink, but that's all right. I gotta show you this. Okay, here we go. 2 through bolts on the strap, and then if I take this and I kind of lean back, that's supporting most of my weight. And I love how it's doubled over here. It's actually like quadrupled over. Do you see that? That's gonna be really nice. Really sturdy. You guys want to know why boat work takes longer than you'd planned? Let me show you why. It's just simple, stupid stuff that, I'll just show you an example. So here I am. I've got the strap in place over here. I haven't done this one yet. I got my holes cut though through the strap that's gonna go up under here, and then I put these temporary through bolts in there to kind of squish things down and hold it together nicely while I was doing some measurements and figuring out where this is going to go in relation to the support here, probably like right there, right? So I put that on there and cinched it down, and now it's galled. It's galled itself and seized. So, yeah, you can see see how chewed up this is? I've been working it, and yeah. Now I have to cut that off with maybe the rotary tool. So, that's why boat work takes longer than you think, because just stupid little things like this that kind of get in the way. Strap through bolted in, and I'm gonna do a little cleanup because I made some mess, drilling these holes. Got them nice countersunk there, nice and smooth. So the next thing I'm gonna do is do a little bit of cleanup, and then get the tank, that tank here, put the straps over the tank, and yeah, see how it kind of works and fits. And it's gonna be the first time that I'm seeing it, so we'll see it together. That's so cool. Look at that. So 2 through bolts there. Strapping over down to, there'll be another, actually I'll probably add another 2 through bolts here because I want to secure the strap beyond just a compression fit. So this will be a compression fit. It'll squeeze down, and then I'll do a through bolt here and a through bolt here. So yeah, I'm thinking that looks really, really good. I'm going to now take my hot knife and, you know, cut this a little bit long. So I have some extra material here to work with as I do my final fitting. So I'll cut that a little bit long, and then that gives us the strappage for the other tank, the tank on this side. We'll use the second half of the material for the other tank. Ugh. All right, that's fine. Just lost a few brain cells today, no big deal. Probably got cancer today, no big deal. Cool. So now that our straps are cut to a little bit of a length, we can play around with it. So I could adjust it for whatever reason. If I don't know if my through bolts aren't in the right spot, who knows, but we can adjust it now to get the final. I can pull it taut, whatever, we can loosen it. Anyways, plenty of material. I may even fold this over a couple of times and stick it under here. So when I through bolt it, like we're doing back here, when we have the 2 through bolts back here, we'll have 2 through bolts here. So if I double it over, that would just give us more material to bolt through and make a stronger connection. But I'll think on that and see if that's something that I really think that needs to be done. But it should be plenty strong just the way it is. Man, this feels so good. You guys, I'm just thrilled. I'm just super, super, super thrilled. So thanks for coming along. It's a lot of work, but you know what? It's also a yacht of love. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers.